Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a different kind of video. I've never done this video before, and I kind of been thinking about it, and I decided this would be a great story time for you guys. So this is going to be split into two parts. The first part of this video is going to be me explaining the story, and the second part is going to be people that have experienced the story with me explaining their side of it. So let's get into today's video. So let's get into part one, which is the stories. So we're gonna start with the first story, the first time this ever happened to me. Now, I wasn't alone when this happened to me. I was with one of my old friends and my cousin Stephanie. Now, Stephanie and I both have experienced this more than once, and we still can't explain what it is or why it happened. But one day, it was a Friday after school. I got off the bus with my cousin and my older friend, and we told my grandma that we were going to go to my dad's house and drop my stuff in my room. Now, my dad's house is like here, and my grandma's house is like right next door. They're literally like this far apart from each other. So she said, okay, go put your stuff in there and then come over. Now, as being 7th or 8th graders, of course, we're not just going to come right over. We're probably going to like fool around. So we went in my room, and my friend and my cousin started hitting each other with pillows, so we kind of got into like a little tiny pillow fight. After that, I heard a noise, and it was coming from the basement. Now, the noise creeped me out a lot because it wasn't just a tap, it wasn't anything like that. What I heard in my basement was somebody run and slam the sliding glass door. And I was like, guys, shh, did you guys hear that? And they didn't hear it at first, but then it happened again. We heard running downstairs, and we were kind of all creeped out. We were wondering, is someone in the house? Like, what's going on? So my cousin and I stood at the top of the stairs, and we were quiet, and we listened, and we kind of heard like walking. So we started talking, and the noise went away. And we were so creeped out that we went to my grandma's as fast as we could, and we asked her, were you over the house? And she was like, no, why? I was like, was Stephanie's sister over the house? And she was like, no, why? I was like, can you please go over the house and check the house? And she was like, why? Did something happen? And I said, we all heard noises in the basement, and we thought someone was in the house. So my grandma came over, and she checked through the whole entire house, and there was nothing. Now, we thought it was all weird, and we were creeped out, but we just kind of ignored it. Now, later that night, like probably around 9 or 10, we wanted to go over to get my friend's stuff because he had to be dropped back off at his house later that night after we watched the movie. So we go over to the house, and we're getting our stuff, and we hear it again. In the basement, we hear noises. And the most creepiest part of that night was what I'm about to tell you, which is what my old friend saw. Now, I can't tell you if this is what he truly saw or if he just saw a shadow. But we were going to go to my grandma's house. Walk back over, and upstairs there's a sliding glass door that leads to the back porch, and then you can walk over right to my grandma's through the grass. So we were going to go out that way, and my friend looked, and behind him he saw a black figure. He was scared. He ran down the stairs, ended up slipping in the grass and falling. And even though we laughed, we were still terrified because we did not know if what he saw was his mind playing with him or if he actually saw a shadow. So after seeing the figure, later that night, after done watching the movie, like I said, we had to drop him off. We went to drop him off, and we saw something very creepy on the way home as well. We were going down a road, and all of a sudden, we see a man on his hands and knees, literally almost on the road. Now, we were all kind of freaked out because of what happened that night, but my grandma stopped and said, are you okay? Now, I don't know what this guy screamed at my grandma, but he screamed something at her. So just mind you, this was like almost 1 or like 2 in the morning. Like, that's how late we were dropping him off because the movie was long. And, we went to the police and we told them that there was a guy there, but on our way back, he was gone, literally vanished. And that was one of the most creepiest nights I think that I've ever experienced. That is the first time that this occurred, and it didn't happen for a while. Then it happened again though, and I was with Stephanie again, and I was with my younger sister, Elizabeth. So we were all up late one night, fooling around, having a good time, you know, and then we all got hungry. And Lizzie was like, I'll go get Oreos. Lizzie walked out, went to get Oreos, and ran back in my room. And she was terrified. And my cousin and I looked at each other and we were like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Did something happen? She's like, I heard something. And we were like, what did you hear? She's like, I heard something in the basement. It sounded like footsteps. Now, as soon as we heard those words come out of her mouth, Stephanie and I looked at each other and we were like, oh no. And Lizzie was like, what? We explained to her the story that happened in the past with my other friend and her. And we were all kind of freaked out. We didn't know if someone was in the house, if something was happening, or what. So we decided to kind of be stupid. This sounds stupid what we did, but we thought that it was safe to do. My cousin and I, we had bats in my closet, like baseball bats, and we guarded the door for a tiny bit inside my room, blocking the door, holding bats just in case anyone was in the house. It happened for a tiny bit, and then it stopped, and it didn't happen again. Now, it happened again, which was not that long ago. I was with my sister, and I was also on the phone with my boyfriend, Justin. And I started to hear noises in the basement, and I was just freaking out. It was scary because I still don't know what that is. And like, it's not like it's like sometimes I would think like, is it just me? Like, am I crazy? Like, am I just imagining this? Is my mind playing with me? But I realized that it wasn't just me, if other people were hearing it as well. It literally, the first time I ever like heard it, it sounded like someone was running and slammed that door. And I can't make these up. I can't make up what happened, and I truly don't know what it was, and I still don't. But ever since that last time it happened, when I was with my boyfriend on the phone and my sister, it hasn't happened since then. That's all the times that it's happened, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. Now, this last story I'm going to tell involves two of my friends, and my cousin and my sister. So it was her birthday, my sister's birthday, and we all wanted to play hide and seek outside. So we were all outside, we were just messing around, having a good time, and we decided, let's play hide and seek. So the way my house is at my dad's, it's my dad's house, then behind my dad's house is the trailer, which my cousin lives in, and then behind my cousin's house is my aunt's house, and it's a long driveway going up. So we said that the property that we'd be able to go up to is right before that trailer. So I had my friend with me, and I had my cousin with me, and I also had my dog Pepper. Just because we wanted to be safe, we were outside playing hide and seek in the dark, or manhunt is what we like to call it. So a couple minutes before we started playing, my friend sprained her ankle. And, you know, I asked her if she wanted to go inside, if she still wanted to play, and she kind of still wanted to play, so we said okay. So we were trying to find a place to hide, my friend and my cousin and I. So we decided to walk up the driveway, and we were going to go right before the trailer. Now, my friend ended up freaking out really badly, and we were wondering, like, what's wrong? We kept asking her because she was freaking us out the way she had like this really weird reaction. And what she told us was she heard someone whisper in her ear. And that all freaked us out, and we went inside. But as of now, those are all the paranormal things that have ever happened to me. And I still can't explain it. Now, my house, where my dad's house is, no one's ever lived there because before my dad's house was there, it was literally a forest. Like, my dad, my mom, my grandma, like, they cut all the trees down and then they put the house there. So maybe something happened before they built the house in the woods. I'll never know. They might not ever know. But I still wonder, what is it that we hear? If it's not our imagination, if it's not just one of us, what do we hear? Okay, so here's my sister Elizabeth. Now, in part one, I told the story about hearing noises in the basement, hearing people running around. And the first time, Lizzie wasn't there, but the second time she was. So she's going to tell her side of the story and what happened to her because she was the one who heard the noises first. So you could start with...
Okay.
So it was me, my cousin Stephanie, and my sister. And it was about, I don't know what time it was, but it was kind of late. Like, everyone was sleeping except us three. And
it's probably like around like 12 or 3 a.m., like around that kind of time.
And I went out because I was very hungry, because, you know, got the munchies at night. And I grabbed the Oreos that I wanted. And then I heard something downstairs, and I'm like, oh, it's probably the house creaking, it's fine. So that's when I had the Oreos in my hand, and I was about to walk in the hallway when I heard like a really loud stomp on the stairs, and I ran to my sister's room really fast, and I closed the door behind me. And then you guys were like asking me like, what's wrong, what happened, and I was just like telling you guys that I heard something downstairs. So, and then you guys told me your story when you were with your other friends.
Yeah, so like as I said earlier, that this has happened 2 times to me.
And that happened recently too.
Yeah, and it did happen recently, which I also will explain. But you know, it happened like 3 or like 4 times to me, so like it happening again kind of just freaked me out. And like, you know, we tried to tell my dad and we tried to tell our grandma, but like they kind of were like, you know,
see it as a joke.
They just think of it as a joke. And yeah, so like I also did say earlier, where my dad's house is, like before it was there, it was all woods. My dad, my grandma, and like my mom, like, and family tore down the woods and they built the house. So who knows what could have happened in the woods, you know? Like, we don't know. We haven't ever heard a story of anything bad happening there. But all we know is that these creepy experiences has happened to us, and we don't know how to explain why they happened or what it was.
So it is obviously the next day. When I filmed that, it was nighttime and now it's morning. So the second interview is going to be, or the second person that will be telling their story is my cousin Stephanie. Now, because of social distancing, I'm not with her at the moment. She's at her house, I'm at mine. So I asked her on Snapchat if she could send videos of herself telling her side of the story. So I will let you guys listen to those now.
One time, it was earlier, and it was Maddie, our friend, and I. We were there, and we heard footsteps downstairs in the basement, and it sounded like her sliding glass door open. So Maddie and I went over there, and we're talking. We were like, because we were trying to see if someone was there, because we thought my aunt sent someone over. And we didn't hear anything. It just disappeared. Like, we heard nothing. No one was downstairs. So anyways, we just leave. We thought it was weird, but we just left and we went down. Where do we go? We went down. I think we went out downstairs to the basement, so that's how we knew no one was there. And then we went to Grandma's house. And then, Cody, get off the couch. And then we went over. I don't know if we watched Annabelle the Creation yet, but we did. It's a good movie. You guys should watch it. Anyways, I think it was before that. But we go over there and we heard footsteps again. And like we just heard weird stuff. So we went out of the house, and when our friend looked back, he said that he saw, I think it was something all white, and he jumped. It was like, I think he was on like the 5th step, and he jumped off and slid in mud. But we just like ran and we went back to her grandma's house, which was my aunt. And then it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. It was Maddie, Lizzie, and I. Lizzie went to go get Oreos and like bring me some because I was in Maddie's room. And Lizzie said she saw like red eyes or something like that, and she heard. So we were at a birthday party. I'm pretty sure it was Lizzie's because I think we had coats on. But it was our friend Mia and then our guy friend who was in the other story where we saw the white shadow thing. I don't even know. But I was in the basement with my cousin Carter. I think he was 3 at the time. He's 5 now. Or something like that. And they were out, and our friend Mia fell and twisted her ankle or hurt her ankle. And then she heard whispers and stuff, so we went there and it was creepy. We heard people talking when we went up the hill by my house, which is really creepy.
So now, after reading that, seeing other people's response, what is your opinion? What do you think that we're experiencing? Mag wants to know too. All the stories that I've told are true. This was made for entertainment, but I do want to say that it does creep us all out, and hopefully it never happens again. I will see you guys next time, and if you enjoyed this video, please let me know. Say goodbye. Say thank you for watching. Say thank you for watching this scary thing. Bye, guys.